Assalamualaikum and very good morning everyone. My name is MUHAMAD Azraei, and for today's video I would like to talk about football for all. So, have you ever played football in your life? I bet you have played because it is famous sport among the country we live in. And before I start, let me share a fun fact in football that show how popular this sport is. We already know that a large portion of world's population enjoy playing football. But did you realize that 210 nations are officially registered with FIFA and participate in international competitions? And you guys might not know that football is important and crucial to some of the world population. Here is data that represent the population of the world around the globe and that play football regularly. And it is proven by the International Federation of Association Footballs (FIFA) that football is most important play sport in the world, as it was estimated that there are 265 million people who play the sports, along with that more than 5 million referees, which equates to 4% of the world's populations. But wait, there are bigger numbers that involve in footballs, where there are football tournaments that the world's population would take part on watching the finals, such as Champions League finals, Euro Cup finals, followed by the most famous finals in the sport history, that is, which FIFA World Cup finals. FIFA World Cup is the most watched sports event in the world, and it was estimated that World Cup 218, which was played in Russia, had combined viewership of 3.572 billion, which means almost half of the world population watched the tournaments. What would be more interesting is that if we add the audience, which watch no coverage at home but caught the action on digital platform, in public viewing and or in the bars and restaurant, 309.7 million of 30.9 crore more people would be added to the numbers mentioned earlier. Yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. The number are surely big, but the number keeps increasing over the time. After knowing the fact that football is so popular, there are questions that just pop out in our head, such as why? Why is football is the best supported sports in the world? Why is it? What is it about kicking off the balls that's so excited our patience? The simplicity of an inexpensive equipment are the factors why football can be played for all, where you just need a group of friends, a ball, and some open space to work with. Hence, I believe football is a team game that make it more enjoyable game, as it is teach people the importance of sportsmanship, leader, and unity in many aspects. Enough with the introduction, and move on the history and the impact of footballs in for the player. Football has been around since the time of the ancient Greeks and Romans, and maybe much earlier. Greeks engaged in a ball game called episcos, and this game was performed by Romans, who called one of them harpestum. But where there are sources saying the football game came from China in the year of 476 before century. This information comes from the Zhangguoqi and what old Chinese ministries text that describe a game they engaged in using chuju balls. This Chinese game eventually made its way to Korea and Japan, where it was called chukgu and kemari respectively. The long and fascinating history of football will take up too much room here. Let's skip forward until the Industrial Revolution happened in 1850. The world of modern football is born after industrial revolutions, and cities like Liverpool, Dortmund, and Manchester grew up and that period of that period in search of job opportunities. Migrant workers from across Europe came from these industrial cities. They were outsiders in a new place, and they developed a passion for footballs. For those who attend the game, it became a source of civic pride. Local support among residents of provincial towns at first quickly expanded to include supporters from the other regions. Thus, football has become a byword for secularism, while the collective passions and frustrations of the supporters often result in violence. More frequently, they create passionate spectacles that just rival in sports. Now that you know something about the history of footballs, let's look at how footballs in the team games. So there are three big reasons that we can absorb from playing footballs regularly. The first one is sportsmanship. Sportsmanship means playing within the rules and understanding the using sports etiquette. It is playing fairly in the spirit of games, showing respect and fair play to opponents, and graciousness in both victory and defeat. Sportsmanship include 1. Kicking the balls out when someone is injured in footballs and the other teams giving possessions back. 2. Helping a rival player up when they are down injured. 3. Didn't waste the time when the opposing team are losing. Moreover, captaincy in footballs also played a big role in footballs as it nurtures leaderships into the game players. Leadership, for example, first, having positive communication skill with teammates and coach. Second, assisting the goals of the team ahead of having on our own goals. 3. Lifting teammates up to instead of putting teammates down. 4th, understanding the needs and concerns of the teams. Lastly is unity. Since there is no unity, it will be difficult for a football team to survive. This is due to the fact that you would be performing without knowing who you are and or why. The player understand why they are playing where there is team is unity. Without the unity, however, the players will be lost and just play without having a specific aim or plan in mind. Football team may achieve greater height and set reachable goals by working together. The knowledge that they are part of something bigger than themselves, that they belong to will inspire players to give everything they have without holding back or having any second thought. To sum up the speech, we know that football is a game changer for everyone to feel happy and entertained. As the day passes, football will be forgotten bit by bit until the next generation will not be able to know about the sports anymore. So the step that we can take to keep the hopes alive by making sure that the culture is alive in every country across the world. Then apply football as a medium of exercising in daily life as it consumes a lot of energy that can make human body sweet. Therefore, with the true passion and existence of football to the world, it makes the supporters and the players feeling alive. We can make the change by letting football be a part of our life. As Rome was not built in a day, where there is a will, there is a way. Thank you for your attention. Hope you guys learn a lot from this video. Have a good time and Assalamu alaikum.